Welcome back to Pentiment. We've talked to Elsa in the last episode about her family history because her family resettled Tassing after the Romans were gone. At least that's the story she tells. And now we can talk to Father Thomas about the saints, I think it said. And then we'll go up to the abbey, which is pretty awesome because we can get into the burnt ruins. This is so cool. God bless you, Magdalene. And God bless you, Father Thomas. Do you have a moment? Of course. What can I help you with? I wanted to ask you about Tassing saints. I like to represent them in the Rathaus. Ah, I'm thrilled to hear it. The saints will make a wonderful centerpiece for the mural. You misunderstand, Father. I may incorporate them, but there are other possibilities. Ah, then I will endeavor to convince you to include them. But you know, there is one saint you're overlooking. Let's contemplate. Why, the Blessed Virgin, of course. Mary. Many people forget that Mary is the greatest saint. And she visited one of the peasants here in Tassing centuries ago. The Virgin Mary appeared in Tassing? Why? Yes, she appeared to give a message. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. In the first, she told him that she wanted him to tell the bishop of Freising that she had appeared. The peasant traveled down to Freising, but the bishop would not see or hear him. The peasant returned to Tassing and had another vision in the field. The Virgin showed him a pattern, a labyrinth. She told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark and bring the drawing to the bishop of Freising. The bishop attempted to turn the peasant away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands. It was the same image that the bishop had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. He met with the peasants who told him of the 2 apparitions he had seen here in Tassing. The bishop was moved by the peasant's story, and he came here to Tassing. And when the bishop came, Mary appeared to both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. She told the bishop to support the town. I had no idea that's where all of this came from. It's not a story I tell much anymore. I suppose the people here think of Moritz and Satya, their connection to this place. Mary is such a core part of their prayers that they forget about our particular Mary. But in any case, Our Lady's demands were clear, so the bishop helped fund the creation of this church. The people of Tassing have been using it ever since. You're not from Tassing. How did you hear the story? True, I'm not. The people told me when I came. And the former priest told them when they were children, and so on. The priest and the flock have shared the responsibility of passing on the story over the centuries. Thank you for the story, Father Thomas. Have I convinced you to include the saints prominently in the mural? Don't be hasty. I'm still considering it. Well, if deliberation fails you, perhaps you will find that prayer gives you greater clarity. God bless you and your work, Magdalene. God bless you, Father. So I cannot talk to him about the book anyways. That's fine. But now we know why she's holding a labyrinth. I was wondering about that. to the Abbey. I think that updated now, right? Yeah. So that is difficult. I should ask around town for help. Sister Gertrude, Balthas, Dr. Stolz, and even Father Thomas. Huh. But yeah, I don't want to talk about the book with Father Thomas, actually. Oh. Let's go in here real quick. Kilian? Hi, Max. Sorry, I can't talk for long right now. Hi, Kilian. What's keeping you so busy? Ah, you know, it's almost December. Preparing for the festivities is hard work. Mom and Dad need my help. They're not as spry as they used to be. It's a good thing they have you helping out. Yes, I'll make sure the Golden Hand becomes noteworthy across Bavaria. Quite a lofty goal. Inns are the livelihood of the land, you know. Sure, merchants carry goods and pilgrims visit relics, but where would all of them sleep without a solid, reliable inn? The growth of Tassing, the construction of the Rathaus, the mural, these will only bring in more people. It's important they have a place to sleep and warm food to keep them happy. How's the mural coming along anyway? One step at a time. Learning about the history of Tassing is a challenge. Heh, at least you can read well enough to learn more on the history. I'm still struggling a bit. Just keep learning, Kilian. I will. Oh, I'm sorry, Magdalene. I really have to get back to work. Be well. Ah, cool. Hello, Magdalene. How's your father? He's hanging on, but Dr. Stolz is concerned that he's not improving. Good. What? You must make sure that he eats hearty meals. Why is that good? I know the season makes it difficult, but he needs the best of what you have in storage, if he's to heal. I'll send Nico over with a few of our good apples later. I'm sure Klaus would appreciate the visit. Well, yeah, I'm very grateful to you both. Well, it's mutual. Your father has done much for me and Nico these past few years. He even counseled us in our marriage crisis. Never you mind. You what? Oh, it's only that, well, your father is a learned man. In books, yes, but in matters of family, too. You're proof enough, I should think. A respectable young woman like you, raised all alone. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought up your mother. I know it still hurt, Klaus. It's all right. You've grown into quite a woman, Magdalene. I hope you find a happy marriage with a man worthy of the woman your father raised. Huh. I'm worthy on my own. Yeah. I suppose we'll see. As God wills it. But that's enough talk from me. There's work to be done. The inn doesn't run itself. Until later, Magdalene. Until then. Oh, man. Oh, who's that? Casimir's. Can't talk. Oh. I see. I'm Casimir's musician with Alexander. I'm Magdalene Druckerin. I live here in town. Do you mind if I ask what happened to your voice? Rather not. What are you two doing in Tassing? Ask Alexander. Sorry. All right. I won't take up any more of your time. Thanks. God bless you. Huh. So this is Alexander? Yeah. Ah, hello. Are you one of the burgers? My man and I are in need of refreshments. It's the family. No, I just live nearby. I'm Magdalene Druckerin. Ha! From the print shop we passed on the way into town? Yes, I'm running it for my father while he's recovering from an injury. Terribly sorry to hear that. I hope he has a swift recovery. Thank you. Not much business for a print shop at this time of year, is there? Nor for a land house. It looks like the travel has all dried up. How did you wind up here? You don't look like a merchant. Ha, no, I should think not. No, this was just a stop on my way back to Würzburg from Padua. I'm Alexander. This is my partner Kazimierz. We are musicians by trade, travelers by necessity. We just purchased a new instrument for Kazimierz in Padua. Their luthiers are extraordinary. We're heading back to Würzburg for the Christmas celebration. Quite an important competition there for the Meistersingers. The weather turned rotten so quickly. The rain has been awful, and the roads through the passes have all been mud. I don't know if we'll be able to make it to the competition now. If the passes do close before we are able to move on, will they open up soon? Huh. I'm afraid not. Once the pass is snowed in, you're going to be waiting a while. I was afraid you'd say that. I suppose I should plan for us to stay here through the winter. Sorry, Cass. It's all right. Do the people here like music? Yes, of course. Excellent. Then we will endeavor to entertain you and your neighbors with our songs. Okay, good luck to you. Thank you. Until later. Until then. So we have musicians in town. That's good, I guess. Good morning, Magdalene. What brings you to the Golden Hand? I'm on my way to the Abbey. I thought it'd be helpful to explore the ruins for the mural. Lots of history to be uncovered there, no doubt. You mind yourself in that place. Could collapse any day now. Don't worry, I'll watch my step. Be sure you do. I'd hate to have to call Klaus. I saw you last if you don't return. Say, Magdalene, would you mind doing me a favor on your way back to town? Hannah's birthday is coming up, and I asked Gret to make her something special. Kilian and I have our hands full here, so I was hoping you might pick it up. Of course, I'd be happy to help. You're a credit to your mother, Magdalene. Thank you. I'll have some of Balthas's fresh brew set aside for you when you get back. It's his best yet. I'll stop by the Albans on my way back from the Abbey. That will be just fine. Be well, Magdalene. Until later. Huh. And we got chores. That's fine, though. Who are they? Ah, Carl. Hi, Magda. But it's still so beautiful here, Mother. One more moment. All right, take your time. Oh, hello, Magdalene. Dad, look who it is. Good morning, Mr. Strugarin. Hello, Martha. Carl, how are you today? On our usual walk around town. November hasn't grown too cold yet. Dr. Stolz says Dad needs to keep using the leg or the pain will get worse. And I'm getting old. Not so old you can sit around at home telling stories, eh? You listen to your daughter, Carl. Hey, you young girls think you're my keeper, is that it? I've always been your keeper, Dad. Huh, no arguments from me there. Sounds like you have Mother to thank for your health. Given that the alternative is Werner, I'm glad to have something. Can't even find his ass with both hands. Dad! What? Anton would have made a better doctor than him. Oh, dang, Anton. Ah, Anton, my poor boy. It's all right, Dad. Oh, we didn't look twice. You still miss your son? I think about him every day. I can't. It's my fault that he died. It's not, Dad. You know it's not. He shouldn't have been with me that night. He shouldn't have. I was a fool. The Abbey was engulfed in flames. The heat, you wouldn't believe it, seared the hair off my eyebrows. I was bleeding. Anton tried to drag me out on the fight. Yeah, I think I remember him from the bonfire scenes. We talked to them. Then that god-forsaken Landsknecht stepped between us. I hope he burns in hell. I can't even imagine what that was like. I still think of my mother every day. Nothing can make up for a loss like that. I pray I will see him in death. Dad, it's not good for you to dwell on these memories. I know. Permit an old man his weakness. How old were you during the revolt, Martha? 7 or so. I didn't understand what was happening. Someone brought Dad home in the middle of the night. It was dark, confusing. There was screaming outside. Mom and a couple of the men who brought Dad in were trying to patch up the wound, but it wouldn't stop bleeding. She kept shouting, "Where's Anton? Where's Anton?" There was blood on the floor. You cried so much you threw up. We couldn't get you to stop. I couldn't understand where Anton had gone. Dad tried to explain, but... Martha, my dear, enough of that. I'm so sorry. How did you go on? Did I? I don't know. Some nights I think I'm there still. The Abbey is always burning. My Helena passed not long after. I was left alone with Martha to care for. I had to keep going for Martha, and somehow my daughter grew into a wonderful woman despite it all. I suppose that was all Helena's doing. Dad, if I'm any good, it's because of you. Thank you for telling me about the night, Carl, Martha. Time doesn't heal, Magdalene, but it does dull the ache. It's time we continued with the walk, Dad. Yes, dear. I'm feeling much more alive now. Be well, you two. Man. It has seen better days. It sure did. What's that? Anise. And here we are. Where do we sneak into the ruins? Oh, I thought we could get into the guest house. Maybe here? No. We do want to talk to Sister Gertrude first, anyways. I should talk to Sister Gertrude, since she was a Benedictine nun at Kirsau before the poor Clares arrived. She would be able to tell me all about the convent's history for the mural. Yes, that's the plan. No way to get in there. Hi there. Hello, Kraft. What are you doing here? Nothing. Nothing? What I do is none of your concerns, Max. If you're doing something improper, it'll soon be the concern of Big York to begin with. Damn, caught by the imperial law herself. What, I'm not allowed to just stand near the shrine in the convent? I've turned you down so many times that you've decided to go after nuns instead? Why not? One of them is quite attractive, and my age, I think. Since you're such a bitch, what else am I supposed to do? There aren't many options in this town. You're one of the few that do for a spouse. Oh man. I wouldn't marry you for all the riches in the world. I wouldn't waste my riches on you anyway. Don't get mad at me, Max. I only say what God deems right. Happily submit yourselves to your husband and all that shit. Uh-huh. And husbands, give yourselves up to your wives as Christ for the church. Huh? Whatever. Sooner or later, you will run out of options, so you'll come around. If not, I suppose you can always join the convent. You'd fit right in. If it helps me avoid jerks like you, that is a master stroke of an idea. What, really? I mean, it's sarcastic. Is it a lie? Absolutely. Huh? Magdalene the nun. I never would have imagined. The other boys are going to be heartbroken. For Christ's sake, I'm not becoming a nun, you dunce. Why are you always so confusing? I don't understand you girls at all. I recommend talking less and listening more. Huh? This is going nowhere. I'm leaving, alright? Oh man. Now. Here's Gertrude. Why can I not pet the little one? It's so sad that they don't have a nice garden anymore. God bless you, Magdalene. I had been hoping to speak with you. Do you perhaps have a moment? Of course, Mother. How can I help? I had heard that you had taken up the mural in the Rathaus after your father's terrible attack. Yes, I'm excited to paint the town's history. Your enthusiasm and insistence is most troubling to some people in town. You wouldn't happen to be including yourself in that group, would you? Very astute, Magdalene. Yes, I'm concerned for you, as are others. I understand how you must have struggled with your mother passing while you were so young. Without a maternal figure to guide you, it is no wonder your spirit has wandered and wavered from its nature. What the frick is she talking about? Yeah. What? My spirit's fine, thanks. The pursuit of such traits is not for women, but men. As Paul writes, God calls women to work at home, not in trades. Yeah, you can do that. That doesn't count for me. Why supporting your father's is laudable, taking on his work is imprudent. There are plenty of young men in Tassing worthy of you. Or perhaps you have a different calling. I'd like to offer you a place here among the sisters. No, this is horrible. You may disagree with my choices. My dad taught me how to run the shop and I love printing. Wait, who's saying I'm troubling? And how did you hear that anyway? Aren't you all stuck up here? Yeah, I think you may be an ordained mother, but you're certainly not mine. Magdalene Druckerin! On the contrary, your utter disregard for authority and decency shows that you would benefit from convent life. Such impetuousness is precisely why I offer you a place here. I think it would do you a great deal of good. Think on my offer, Magdalene. God bless you. No thanks. No one's in here. And we cannot get in. So, let's talk to Gertrude. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, sister. I have a favor to ask of you. Of course, Magdalene. I'll help however I can. I have a book, the Historia Tassie, and I can't read it very well. Can you help me translate it? Oh, I'm afraid my Latin isn't good enough to translate something like that. Its grammar structures are far too complex. I'm sorry, Magdalene. That's all right, sister. I'll have to find another way. There was one more thing, if you don't mind. It's about the Rathaus mural. Oh, did you need more paint? I believe I have enough gauze stored away. No, thank you, sister. I have more than enough paint. I wanted to ask you about the history of Kirsau, actually. I'd like to include the abbey's founding and the history of Tassing saints to the Rathaus mural. I wrote to Reverend Matthew, since he lived at the abbey, but wanted to see the place firsthand. Ah, Brother Matthew became a reverend, did he? He was always suited to such a role. But I don't suppose that's what you came up the hill for. You're curious about the saint's history, yes? Yes, I was hoping you could show me around the convent and tell me about its history. The poor Clares don't allow outsiders within the convent, even other women. Mother Francisca wouldn't like anyone coming in for such a worldly concern. Yeah, we just met. That old hag? Well, that makes my job difficult. Let me finish, Magdalene Druckerin. However, Mother Francisca always welcomes those who are considering joining the order. If a young woman sincerely considered joining the convent, she may be allowed to enter and observe the sisters. Who knows what else she may discover while contemplating the holy life, huh? Well, Um, uh, well, I see. We messed that up just 5 minutes ago. Uh, touring the convent will take some time. Would you like to go see Mother Francisca now? No. Very well. Come find me if you change your mind. God bless you, Magdalene. Huh. In that case, I wonder. Baltas. I hope Baltas can help me. I wonder if we then should talk to him before we pass time? And does mean touring the convent also going into the ruins? Well, we have to do it. I don't know if she would still let us in because we just were so rude to her. But, well, we'll see. But let's pet Mousefinger one more time and I'll end the episode. Thank you so much for watching it. Have a wonderful and adventurous day and goodbye.